the question is, how well do you think Maine is prepared to implement the ACA? And I think it's really a two-part answer. I mean, I think the Bureau of Insurance, is well prepared to answer questions, respond to consumer inquiries. We've looked at the rates and forms, and I think from that perspective, we're ready. The real question, though, is how is the interchange for the Maine citizen with the exchange going to work? And it's a federal exchange, and I think the details of that are still being worked out at the moment. I mean, presumably everything will be up and running October when they start enrolling people. But that's a part that hopefully will be seamless, but at this point in time, it's unknown.
How smoothly can this work if the state is on a slight disconnect with the federal government on this?
The fact that we're a federal exchange, I think it doesn't really affect how it's going to be implemented in Maine from one perspective. I mean, if you step back, only 17 states chose a state exchange. The real issue, in my opinion, is the interface and the complexity of that one-stop shopping. I mean, the IT involved, when you think you have to talk to Treasury, you have to talk to the state DHHS, you have to talk to the federal CMS, all these different, the IT is enormously complex.
The information technology.
Yeah, the information technology is enormously complex, and I think that's really the question, whether you're state or federal. So I don't think it's a question of, had we done a state exchange, we'd be in any different spot. We may have more control over it, but at the end of the day, it's the IT, in my opinion, the IT or information technology issues are either going to make or break this model.
And do you have tips for businesses on how to deal with the ACA, like some simple tips for them?
Well, one, they should always call us with questions. I mean, we have several people who have been involved with the ACA since 2010, and we know it pretty well, some of us. And we have an 800 number, 800, 300, 5,000. So I think they should utilize us as a resource, and they should talk to their broker. But the one thing they shouldn't do is assume nothing has changed. They really need to become engaged. Okay, whether you're a small or large business, it's going to affect them in some way, and they really need to start coming up to speed.
Somebody had mentioned switching the date to December 1 of the renewal of the plans. What does that mean?
Well, several carriers have asked us, can they switch the renewal date of their policy to December? Say you normally renewed in June of 2013. Can they switch it to December of 2013? And what that really means, they would gain another year. They would go into December 14 before they had their new policy had to be ACA compliant. And I think what it really is trying to do is give people more time, become acclimated, because I think people, they hear about the ACA and it's an abstract concept, but in 2014, a lot of the major substantive changes are going to be in effect, and this gives them a little more time.